This is CHSR 97.9 FM here in Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada, and you're listening to Python's Paradise, your film and music show. And this is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena. And folks, Mike Gormley has sent me a lot of wonderful guests over the past couple of years. And he has sent me somebody to chat with today who's got a budding career on the go, and he's set to go places. And he is Canadian like myself from Montreal, Quebec, right?
It's a small city. It's called Sept-Îles. It's 12 hours from Montreal.
Okay. Well, folks, I give you Yannik Collin. I pronounce your name right?
Yeah, Yannik.
Yannik, okay. Well, it wouldn't be the first time I messed a name up on here, you know.
So. Don't worry about it. It happens. I'm here.
Oh. If you, I got to start off small here, you know. Do you know where I'm located?
In New Brunswick, right?
Yeah. Have you been up this way before?
I've never been there, but I do want to go there for sure.
Oh, you're just saying that because you're on the air with me.
No. Like, actually, it looks beautiful. Like, I want to go there in Vancouver and Toronto also. These are like the three places I want to go in Canada.
Well, you don't want to come here right now because, you know, this is snowstorm season. So
Oh, wow. Yeah, we have so much snow in my hometown. It's crazy. It's like 12 feet of snow. We've never seen that in such a long time.
Yeah, I bet where you are right now, they probably never heard of snow.
No, I don't think so, right? Like palm trees everywhere.
There you go. Yeah. Well, I suppose I always tell people, anybody that has heard of the Trailer Park Boys might know where we are, but you're Canadian, so you must have heard of them.
Yeah, of course I've heard of them.
You used to watch the show?
I watched the movies. I didn't watch the shows.
Oh, I love the movies.
Yeah, they're so funny. It's so dumb. It's just like the late night comedies like that. I love them.
Well, they did one called Swearing At, and I just found out that it holds the world book Guinness Book of Records of the most F-bombs in a movie.
Is that true?
935 F-bombs. It beat out The Wolf of Wall Street.
I did not know that. That's amazing. That's just a fun fact to know.
Yeah, leave it the trailer part. But and Swearing At didn't get a big release, but I'm like, I shouldn't be celebrating this because I had somebody tell me I was going to hate that movie, and I ended up laughing my ass off.
Yeah, it's 900 F-bombs. That's amazing.
935.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was many.
Oh yeah. Leave it to us Canadian folks. Anyway, I was just wondering if you would give us a little bit of your background.
Yeah, for sure. I'm 20 years old. I moved to LA 2 years ago when I turned 18. I dropped out of college to come here. Do you want me to tell the whole thing or just a short resume of the story?
Oh, whatever you feel comfortable with, you know.
Okay. I went to high school. I graduated high school. I didn't really know where I was going with my studies. You know, I went to college and I was just doing my basic classes, and then one day, I don't know, it just popped in my head. Like I was watching a movie and then I was just like, maybe I could do this. I've always loved movies. Like, why isn't this something I could do in my life? You know.
What movie was it?
I think it was like Hunger Games, but I don't know why. But
you mean it wasn't Swearing At?
Huh?
It wasn't Swearing At?
No. I was at the movie theater and I was watching Hunger Games. I don't know why, but I was thinking myself, this would be so much fun to make, like a movie like that, you know.
You weren't looking at it going, you could see yourself arm in arm with Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah. Me instead of Jennifer Lawrence in the little swimsuit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just popped into my head, and I was like, I want to do this. So I've always loved movies. This is just not something like it's not something new. Also, so yeah, I was just ready to do whatever it took to come here, and so I dropped out of college. I didn't even tell my friends I dropped out of college. They learned it from like the teachers or like my other friends who learned it from the teachers.
Yeah.
So they were all very confused in their heads, like because where I'm from, those things don't really happen. It's a small city, so just everybody has a normal life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked for a whole year at Tim Hortons.
Oh yeah, we've got them here. We've got a couple of all-night ones here.
We have like 5 in a small city. Like it's crazy. Anyway, so I worked there for a year. I gained some money because I knew everything here was so expensive, and I talked to this guy who I found out about in the newspaper in Montreal. So I contacted him via Facebook, and well, actually, ever since we've been friends for 2 years now, and I still see him pretty much every week. Like I hung out with him yesterday, and he just showed me the path, like what school to go to, what visa to have, and just these little things that just helped me a lot. And I sent my application to the school, and they accepted me, which was the beginning of everything, And yeah, I just came here, studied for a year, studied acting for a year. I got my extension on my visa. I worked in the movie industry for the whole year. This year just ended, and I met some great actors, like you said, Emma Stone and Steve Carell, and people like that. It's mind blowing to see them in person, because I'm so used to see them on screen. I was just watching The Office, with Steve Carell.
Yeah.
And it's just so crazy to see them in person. Like they're just there.
It's interesting you mentioned Tim Hortons. You're the second interviewee I've had that worked at Tim Hortons. You've seen the movie. You've seen the movie Mean Girls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it was a year ago this month. Late in March, I interviewed Julia Chandri, who played the girl who made it with the hot dog.
Really?
Yeah. From Mean Girls. And she said that she was working nights at Tim Hortons when she got the script for Mean Girls, and she had no idea until she got home that it had Tina Fey's name as a screenwriter. It blew her mind.
Wow. From Tim Hortons, hey, that's family.
Yep. So there's a Timbit for you. Julia Chandri from Mean Girls worked at Tim Hortons.
Yeah, it all starts there at Tim Hortons.
Yeah, but it's interesting because I was born in 1972, so I think I got a few years on you. But I grew up here in New Brunswick with the drive-in movie theaters, which we don't have here anymore. But my parents used to take my brothers and I to the drive-in, and we saw the Star Wars trilogy there, and E.T. and Raiders of the Lost Ark, and some Disney classics and whatnot.
Okay.
And yeah, and after they get demolished, of course, my uncle at the time, he doesn't now, but owned a video store, and I used to see all kinds of movies there, and I was always fascinated. And you talk about meeting people and being flabbergasted at people that you've seen on screen. I haven't met too many celebrities. I've met a few. I met Hilary Duff, and I've met Dan Aykroyd. But I don't get outside New Brunswick at all. I'm just not much of a traveler. But it's amazing talking to some of these people over the phone.
Yeah, that's what's amazing with our time right now. You can talk to anybody. It's amazing, I think.
It is. But we're connected because of Mike Gormley had sent me your information. I like Mike a lot, and I was wondering how you come to meet him.
Oh, that's a very interesting question. at school, I had this teacher who liked me a lot, and she has her own radio show. And so when I was maybe a year ago, she introduced me to the show, and I went on the show for the first time, and then I came back on the show on second time, and she believes in me a lot, so she tries to push people towards me, you know. And so she knew Mike was Canadian, and she knew he was, you know, he's a great person, you know.
Yep.
So she invited him to the show, and I was on the show too. So we talked. He was interested by me, so we talked a little bit more, and we decided to sign a contract together, which was amazing because now he's my manager.
I like Mike a lot too. Yeah.
Huh?
What was you saying?
Yeah, I met him on the show like that. Just like that.
Yeah. I've never met Mike personally, you know, although I've had a lot of interactions with him online. I think you're the 9th or 10th person that he sent my way. I met him through, there was a movie come out 35 years ago when I would have been 10 years old called, Class of 1984, which is a Canadian thriller that had a very young Michael J. Fox in it. And yeah, one of the it was shot in Toronto, and one of the actresses in it, Lisa Lang, was. She was my 5th interview. I reached out to her in 2015, and when I heard back from her, she not only agreed to an interview, but she told me to arrange things through Mike, and that was my first interaction with Mike, and I'm still connected with Mike, and still connected with Lisa, and last year I had Mike come on my show to talk about his music history. He has an interesting Janis Joplin story, I'll tell you that. But,
yeah, he has a big history, huh?
Oh, yeah. I had him on, and he sent me all kinds of interesting people, from Ronnie Cox to Johnny Vedos Hernandez. And
he has all these amazing people, and he has all these amazing stories that he tells me all the time. And every time he tells me a new story, he was just telling me about this story about Beauty and the Beast. He used to manage the girl, the beauty, you know, the from the cartoon.
Okay.
And yeah, he was just telling me about this story, and I was like, this is amazing. Like, I used to watch her when I was younger. This is amazing.
Wow, I didn't know that one, so that's a new one for me.
Yeah, and he always has stories like that. It's just mind-blowing for me, just to know that he's on my side, you know.
Mike's a great guy. Like I've never had a bad interaction, and I appreciate the fact that I know there is one LA talk show that he sends guests to, and he sends them to me as well, and so I owe a lot of thanks to Lisa Langlois, and I owe a lot of thanks to Mike. So now I'm interviewing you today, and yeah. So I know Mike sent me a little brief history on you, and I was on your website. I couldn't help but notice you were. I don't watch a lot of television. I've got a Blu-ray set up home, and I just watch my movies, so I don't see a lot of television. But not like when I was young. But I have seen Criminal Minds before.
Yeah, it's the spin-off though. You've seen the spin-off?
I don't think so. I don't remember. I remember A.J. Cook. Number 1, she was really attractive. Number 2, she's Canadian.
Okay, yeah. I worked on the spin-off, which is Criminal Minds Beyond Borders, which is the international spin-off they call. So,
okay.
Yeah, it was 5 days. I worked with Gary Sinise. It was a very amazing experience, actually. We worked in the desert for 5 days, and it was every day, like maybe 14 hours a day, like nonstop working. It was such a great experience.
What was it like working with Gary Sinise? I mean, you're talking about a guy who was in Forrest Gump and Apollo 13.
Right. I could, like, the experience of like watching him act is like all my attention was towards him. It's like when you watch him act in real life, like you know why he's there. He has this big impact when he speaks. You know, he just has how to say that. You know, this presence on screen.
Yeah.
You can see. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not familiar with the spin-off. Does it have any of the same cast from the original show, or is it a whole new cast?
I think it's a whole new cast, but let me check just to make sure. I don't watch the show either, so.
Oh.
Mom does, but I've never watched it.
I just remember. I remember AJ Cook, and I remember not only is she Canadian, but I remember she told a story where they were in Canada, and I hope I remember this correctly because it was a few years ago I read it, but I think she introduced one of the cast members to Timbits from Tim Hortons.
Oh, wow.
Another Tim Hortons story.
Yeah, it's all related.
You see, in the States, it's gotta get my Starbucks, but here in Canada, we gotta get our Timmies.
Yeah, you have to every day.
I wonder what they think of the Timmies in the States.
Yeah, you don't see it. You don't see that here. I kind of missed it though. You know, it's been a year since I haven't been home. I kind of feel like I need a coffee from Tim Hortons now.
Well, I'm going to tell you, there's people that are going to hear this that won't envy you for missing your Tim Hortons.
Yeah,
there's people here that crave it.
Yeah, that's true. Some people need that. It's kind of that's true.
Did you work at one of the all-night ones?
I used to, but I didn't do the night shift. I was only working during the day because I was I had kind of my name on the in this restaurant, so I could work whenever I wanted to. So I was working during the day, which was pretty good for me. I could hang out with my friends after or do whatever I wanted to.
Yeah, we got a couple of all-night ones here, so when my friends and I get together, if we happen to go clubbing, afterwards we can go up and hang out with the all-night Tim Hortons.
Yeah, that's a classic, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know.
Doing that.
Well, I noticed you have a few movies on your credit that are coming up. The first one I took notice of was The Mad Whale.
Yeah, that was. This one is. It was. I think it was. Was it a student film? But it was like this. It was a big student film, though. There was James Franco, if I remember correctly, attached to the movie.
James Franco and Camille Bell.
Yeah. I was on set with James Franco, and I when I first saw him, like he was the first big actor I saw when I came to LA, you know. So I didn't know what to expect from him because I know he's like this very artistic guy, you know. So he just came in the room and it's the same for him too, you know. He has this presence, and he was in character all the whole time. So he had that weird vibe about him, and I loved it actually. I loved it. Yeah.
James Franco is set to play my first interview guest, Tommy Wiseau, in the movie based on the book by Greg Sestero, of course, was also in The Room. And the book was called The Disaster Artist. And I guess James Franco is set to play Tommy Wiseau. So I'm kind of interested to see how he pulls that off.
Yeah, right. He has such a big resume. Yeah, he does so many things. It's insane. Like he teaches, I think is at university or something like that. And he just does all these movies, and I'm just looking at his resume on IMDb right now, and it's like you can go down forever on his resume.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite James Franco film?
Let me see. Yes, so many. Wait. Well, there's the classic Pineapple Express.
It's a yep.
Or what else? What's your favorite though?
You know what? That's a good question.
Yeah.
I, oh man. Well, I just went and I saw Why Him. I saw that 3 times last year. I
Oh,
enjoyed
good.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I enjoyed Sausage Party. He did a voice in that, and I even interviewed somebody from that film. And
Oh,
yeah, I interviewed the guy who voiced Twink, Gum, Mr. Pizza, and Crinkled Chips, so, who's also
this movie.
Canadian.
Oh wow. Well, yeah, yeah, because it's probably because of Seth Rogen, because he's Canadian too.
Yeah, but yeah, I like This Is the End. I enjoyed that. The Interview, enjoyed that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like it when he and Seth Rogen get together and do movies like they're just
They're
off
always
the
fun.
charts. Yeah,
And there's also 127 hours.
yeah, a little gross at the end, but yeah,
Yeah, that's a good movie though.
yep,
I remember him a lot from Spider-Man when I was younger. He
yeah.
was,
It's interesting
yeah,
how he advanced beyond anybody else in that film, though, isn't it?
I know. He just does everything. This guy is like he just does everything.
Yeah, I think he's got a very vast range. He doesn't seem to take himself seriously, and of course his brother Dave Franco is also quite talented as well.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Yeah, and of course Camille Bell was in that film as well. Did you meet her?
I didn't meet her though. There was only James Franco on set and some extras, you know.
Well, I know you got a movie coming up that it's actually on my radar, and that is
Uh-huh.
Battle of the Sexes because
Yeah,
for the past 10 years, I've had a massive Emma Stone crush, and I was so excited when she won her Oscar the other night.
I know. I didn't watch the Oscars though, but
That's all I
it,
wanted to hear. That was all I wanted to hear was her winning. I didn't care who won the other I just wanted to hear Emma Stone won.
she just does a good job at what she does, honestly. And yeah, I spent a whole week with her. You know, I was watching her act every day for a whole week, and yeah, these are just all the experiences that you just never forget, and that just you just take in and you just learn from them, which is amazing.
Was she as pretty in person as she is on TV?
Yeah, but she plays the role of Billie Jean King.
Yep.
She was dressed up as I think it's the 70s or something.
I know she's got
She,
the glasses on and stuff like that.
yeah,
I've seen the posters and some stills from it.
exactly. She was looking like that, but she was playing tennis with Steve Carell. So I just watched her play tennis for a whole week with him.
Were they
Yeah.
good at it or did they fumble?
I have to say that she wasn't very good, but Steve was pretty good though. He could hit the ball pretty well, but she wasn't. She was using her double of ice.
I saw Emma Stone for the first time 10 years ago in Superbad. That was her first film. And the
Yeah.
connection here is that I not only did I love Superbad, but I really understood and related to the Jonah Hill character. Because I know what it's
Mhm.
like to be so taken with a woman that you're willing to sacrifice and do anything to make that person happy. And of course, he was going all night to find liquor just for her party, and he didn't care about the welfare of his friends or Fogel, who he thought got arrested. He didn't care about anybody; he just wanted to get that moment with her. And I kind
Yeah.
of related to that in a way, not to those extremes, but I never forgot Emma Stone after that. And it's just like with Zombieland and with Easy A and with Birdman and La La Land. It's
I
interesting to
love Bird.
see, huh?
I love Birdman. It's
I
such a
love
fat
Birdman, yeah. And
so
look,
good.
yeah, look where she's come. Like, I think Emma is becoming. I think she's even surpassing Jennifer Lawrence on the talent radar. Like, just the stuff she's
I
able
think.
to do.
I mean, she was incredible in Birdman, and this movie is just a piece of art. It's like um, this special movie. Like these kind of movie don't happen every 10 years or so, you know.
Yeah.
me, it's like this special movie. But maybe you have a different point of view. But this is just
Oh, I
like,
loved it. Loved it.
yeah,
Yep.
I'm glad you did.
Howard Stern didn't like it though, but I think,
No.
yeah, Howard Stern. I think. Oh, and I love Howard Stern. I'm not criticizing him, but he really trashed Birdman. But I think he overpraised American Sniper, which,
Oh,
yeah, American Sniper, not a horrible movie, but
I liked it. It wasn't as good as Birdman for me, but I liked it though. I think Bradley Cooper did a pretty good job at what he did.
well, there was a few issues with the authenticity of of the transfer, but
What do you mean?
huh?
What do you mean?
Well, apparently the movie portrayed him in a way that I guess he wasn't in reality, but I haven't read the book, so I can't really comment on that. But
Oh,
there's been some complaints, yeah.
oh, well, I guess that happens sometimes with movies based on true stories.
Well, had it been me, I would not have nominated Bradley Cooper for Best Actor. I would have nominated Ray Fiennes for Grand Budapest Hotel. That was the one that they snubbed there, I think, that year.
Yeah, this movie was nominated for a lot of things. I think was it in 2015 or 14?
I'm not sure. I think it was 14.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
it's been a
14.
little while.
But I love Birdman. No disrespect to Howard Stern, but I loved Birdman, and we didn't even get Birdman at our theater. I had to see that down at the Film Society at the university, and it sold out in like 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes. So I guess the theater up the hill missed out.
Yeah, I guess. For me, it's just the director of Birdman. He's my favorite director right now. All the movies he makes are just amazing for me. Like The Revenant, just Birdman, or what else? I watched yesterday. I'm not sure how you say that. It's Babel or Babel
Not sure.
with Brad Pitt.
With who?
With Brad Pitt.
Oh, Brad Pitt.
Babel.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen that. I know what one you're talking about.
Yeah, I watched it yesterday. I was like literally mind blown. It's like the biggest drama of all time.
I was just wondering though. You got any story? I have to ask this. You have any stories of your interactions with Emma Stone?
We just made eye contact. I didn't really talk to her.
Did you get
Just said hi.
goosebumps?
Said hi, and I said hi back. But
Did you get goosebumps?
it was pretty cool too. And I made eye contact 2 times with Steve Carell.
Was he in his anchorman mode?
No, he was in his tennis player mode. Yeah. It was
Well,
pretty funny.
yeah, Battle of the Sexes. That has been that. I noticed that on your resume, and I was like, wow, that's actually something that hasn't come out that I'm familiar with. So, you're
Yeah.
actually in a movie right now with Battle of the Sexes that has a great chance of becoming a commercial success.
I guess so. I mean, they have great names attached to it, and I mean, the whole cast is amazing. They have Emma Stone, Steve Carell, Alan Cumming, Sarah Silverman, and the list just goes on and on. So it was, yeah. I was so impressed to see all these people together on set, and even Alan Cumming. Like I used to see him in movies all the time, and just to watch him act, it was just a fun thing to witness.
So with Steve Carell, the furthest you got with him was just eye contact?
Yeah, unfortunately, it was just eye contact.
What about Elizabeth Shue?
I didn't talk to her too, but
She's a
but
veteran.
Huh?
She's a veteran from the past.
Yeah, she is, of course.
And Martha McIsaac is in that too. Speaking of Superbad, she and Emma Stone both in Superbad. Martha McIsaac is actually from around here.
She is.
Yep, Prince Edward Island. I discovered that online. I was like, oh my goodness. I couldn't believe it. Like, who was from around here?
Yeah, I had no idea. See, just everybody can make it. You just have to do the work.
Did you meet Martha?
Um, no, I didn't. Sorry.
Now, Sarah Silverman, of course, one of the funniest female comedians of all time. Any interactions with her?
We talked a little bit, but like just for 5 minutes. She was very busy on set, so I didn't want to bother her. And just all the other people were just like looking at her like if she was this holy grail, you know. So I just didn't want to bother her too much, you know.
Yeah, Sarah, I think is so cool. She's like the
Yeah,
female. She's like the female Sam Kinison.
yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, she's just amazing too.
Yeah, and when's Battle of the Sexes set to be released? You
It
know?
says 2017, so this year it's in post production right now.
Well, that I'm definitely going to check that out. I
Yeah.
mean, well, it's got Emma
So
Stone in it, so I'm guaranteed to be there. So,
yeah, and the directors and they were at what? Yeah, they're pretty good too. So
so what was your role in the film?
I was what did I do? I forget. I was uh, not a crewman, a staff member. I was kind of featured, you know.
Okay.
They were using me a lot when in the shot, so that was a great experience, you know, just to work with the whole crew and the director and all the ads. Yeah, these are just the best experiences that you can get on set. So I'm glad I worked on this show on the set actually.
Another film you got on your resume too was something called Elsewhere. Would you like to elaborate on that one?
This was just I didn't do much on this one. I just did some background work, just and they were giving credit, so I was like, oh, why not do this? So it was fun. It was this it's a smaller production, you know. It was just not as big as Battle of the Sexes or whatever, but you know, every set is a new experience to take in.
Now, Mike Gormley said that you're a big fan of rap and that you got to meet Machine Gun Kelly. Tell us about
Yeah.
that experience.
Do you know him?
I don't know him personally. I know the name. My rap experience, like I go back to like Run DMC and LL Cool
Okay.
J and Public Enemy and Eminem, people like that.
Yeah. No.
What's that?
All the classics, all the OG.
Well, did you know that Run DMC apparently was the first official rap band?
It was what?
Run DMC. Now, don't quote me on this, but I know I heard this somewhere that Run
Uh-huh.
DMC was the first official rap group.
Wow. I had no idea. This is all the facts on they just you have so many facts just to say. It's amazing.
Well, like I said, I'm not an expert on rap, but that was just something I heard, and I know that they started like to the early to mid '80s. You know, like I think 1984 or
Yeah.
somewhere in there. So, yeah,
And they're legends for, in the rap industry.
yep.
But yeah, interaction with Machine Gun Kelly. So I've been following him for many years. I've been following him since I think his first mixtape, which is maybe 7 years ago, I would say. And he was working on the show Roadies, which is directed by Cameron Crowe.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, and I got called and they said they want you on this show for this day, and I knew he was working on this show, so I was like, he has to be there on that day. He has to be there. I never met the guy before, and I'm a very big fan, I would say. So I had to meet him. So I went there. They during the morning he wasn't there, so I was like, oh, maybe he's not gonna come. And then they were looking for a stand-in, and they were looking for someone just like me, you know, just 6 feet and brown hair, and and stuff like that. So I was like, hey, me, just take me, because and then I just walked in the stadium because it was at the what's the university here? Oh my God, I forgot. USC.
Okay.
At the USC stadium, and I just walked because I knew he was gonna come soon, and I was like, I have to meet him. I have to talk to him first before I see him. So I just walk, and then I see him from far away. I was like, oh my God, he's right there. He's just right there. So I walk up to him. I just say my name. I'm like shaking. I'm like, I can't even talk. All my words are all over the place. And he was just this great guy. And you would think because they have fame or they have some kind of success, all their ego are at their head. But this guy is just very down to earth, and he's just very nice to his fans because he knows he's an underdog, so he always cares about his fans. And I talked to him about me, like I'm a big fan. I've been following you since forever. I've bought all your CDs, and he was very happy to meet me. And then when came the time to film the episode, I sat next to him in the seat, and he was just playing guitar, and we talked maybe for like 30 minutes, and he was just so nice. I'll just never forget this moment. And I told him that one day we'll be on the big screen together, and he was down for it. So that was so like a relief for me because I've always wanted to tell him that. And also I got to tell him happy birthday because it was his birthday on this day, so I got to tell him happy birthday.
Did you get his autograph?
I didn't. I didn't want to push it like that. I just wanted to be like professional and friendly at the same time, because I don't want him to see me like that,
Okay.
But,
you get at least a picture with him?
I didn't. He doesn't like pictures. I knew that, so.
Oh.
I wasn't gonna be like, hey, can I have a picture? You said you're working, but yeah. So I'm gonna wait for that. And then not long ago, I went to his show in LA. That was my first show ever. I was supposed to go a couple of years ago, but some trouble happened, so I couldn't go. But that was my first show this year. And after the show, I went to the back door. I was waiting for him, and when he came out, he just recognized me, and I was so surprised. He just recognized me. I was mind blown. Like this guy, the guy I follow since forever. He knows me now, which is amazing. And he still remembered the thing I told him about the movie. He just told me that whenever it's ready, just call me. Yeah.
I hope it works out for you. I truly hope it works out for you.
Yeah, I hope so too. I was like, even to this day, I'm like so happy it happened.
Wow. Yeah, like that's always an interesting experience. I hadn't had too many of those, but I'm hoping that you have more of them. But I hope this movie works out. I could just imagine, you meet somebody, you idolize that person. Because I've heard a few horror stories. There's of course the classic one with Kevin Smith having Bruce Willis on Cop Out, and he idolized Bruce Willis until he had him on set, and it was a nightmare for him, and it was just heartbreaking for him.
I was so scared to meet him. Like, what if he reacts a bad way? What if he's in a bad mood? Like, it's gonna ruin everything for me. Like, it's gonna ruin his music for me. So I was so stressed to meet him, but I'm so glad it all worked out.
That would be the epitome of me meeting Emma Stone, somebody you met that I really like.
Yeah, no, she's pretty nice, though. I don't think... Yeah, she was just talking to everybody, and she was always happy. So, I don't think that would happen with her.
Machine Gun Kelly. Now, I'm not that familiar with him. How many CDs does he have?
He has 2 out right now. He's releasing his 3rd, I think, this month. So this is a pretty big deal because he has his first number 1 on radio. It's called Bad Things, and
okay.
this is the real underdog. He's from He's from Cleveland. He worked very hard to get where he is right now, and to see him on the radio, like they play his songs. He was like banned from some radios because he's very true to himself. You know, he's not scared to say whatever he wants. So it's just to see him success is just, I don't even have words to explain how happy I am for him. You know.
Well, I'm happy for you that you got to have this interaction with him. I mean,
Yeah.
that's awesome, and I hope you do get to do a movie together.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll happen sometime, someday. It just takes time.
Now, Mike said that you have a lot of background in terms of movie and movie. Here's my question: like the first movie I know I've seen at the drive-in movie theater. This would have been 1977. Well, I would have been 5. I still remember it, seeing Pete's Dragon, the original Pete's Dragon, at the drive-in. Can you remember the first movie you seen in a movie theater?
You know what? I've thought about that, and I do not remember at all. This is just it was just all the blank for me. I feel like my childhood. It's so weird. It's just blank. But the first movie I've ever watched so many times was Avatar by James Cameron. That's the movie I remember from my childhood.
Last year, I broke a record. I saw a movie 9 times at the theater, and it was Richard Linklater's Everybody Wants Some. I loved it.
9 times at the theater. Wow. I've never done that. Wow.
And I was lucky to be able to interview 2 people from the movie. I wanted to promote it because I think after doing Boyhood, which really got a lot of critical attention and up for Academy Awards, it's like Everybody Wants Some got a very poor release and kind of got swept under the rug. So I thought, well, I'm going to promote it, and so I did.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I went to it 9 times, and I loved the soundtrack. I loved the characters. It's the first time I saw a movie that many times in the theater. But I was wondering, what's that?
I don't think I've been to the theater 9 times since like 3 months. I don't. So.
Well, what are some of your favorite movies?
I think my favorite one would be Whiplash. Like
Whiplash. Now that's from the same guy. That's from the same guy who made La La Land. Now I saw that one also down at the university at the Film Society. I don't know what it is with them all not getting some of these movies. Of course, J.K. Simmons winning the Oscar. What was it about that movie that appealed to you?
Just every time, like I get the goosebumps at the end. The end is just so big,
riveting.
Like, yeah, the whole movie is just for this moment, and the way it's being shot, and the music, and it's beautiful, you know. You watch the guy go through so many things, and at the end he just does what he wants to do, you know. It's just inspiring for me.
What other movies you like?
What else? I mean, there's Birdman.
Birdman, yep.
Oh my God, I forget the movies now. Of course. When wait, I have a list of movies right here. So, just anything from the director of Birdman, Alejandro. I can't really pronounce his last name, so I'm not even going to try.
I can't pronounce it either. So.
I've seen Hidden Figures not long ago, so.
I actually haven't seen that yet.
No, it's a very good movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it a lot. And oh my God, there's Interstellar. I don't even remember what movie I like. Oh my God, this is awful.
You know what? I am very old school when it comes to filmmaking. I took some film courses, and I took the history of film, and we watched everything from 1915's Birth of a Nation up to Raging Bull. And I'm going to tell you, I like a lot of the classic filmmakers. I'm a huge Alfred Hitchcock fan. Love Stanley Kubrick. I like directors like that shoot a movie in a way that they're able to tell or convey something just by the way they shoot something. To me, that's expressive filmmaking.
I know. Movies are it's a piece of art. You can create so many things by it, and you can send messages to people. This is what I think is amazing.
It was in 1996 I became a movie critic, and I think one of the things that pushed me to it is I attended a midnight screening of Psycho. And the original Alfred Hitchcock Psycho, and it changed the way I look at movies. And I took some film classes, one on film analysis and how to read film as a cinematic practice. And I took one on the history of film, and I took one on science fiction, and I really learned a lot from these. And I even had Hitchcock's granddaughter come on here last year for an interview, so that was special. Wow. Yeah.
I'm sure you were so happy to talk to her.
Well, you know what? I was surprised I got her, and she was very down to earth. But when somebody's passed away, if I find somebody that is related to them or somebody associated with them come on and talk, it's kind of a nice way to pay tribute to their legacy. And for me, with the CGI age of movies, I think a lot of that creative, not all of it, but a lot of it is lost. But I think the guy who did Birdman that you like, I think he's one of the he's one of the innovators.
Yeah, every movie he comes out with is just it's always so different, and just the way he pictures things is just mind blowing for me. I know that. Have you seen The Revenant?
I have. Yep, I liked it too. Yep.
Yeah. The story itself is very long, but I was so entertained by the way the movie was being shot. Just the camera work was so incredible, and I'm not even talking about the acting. The acting was perfect, and I didn't. But just the camera work was just amazing to me.
You like Quentin Tarantino?
Of course I do. Right?
Love him. Yep. There's another innovator.
Yeah. And for me, Alejandro is my favorite director right now.
Mike Gormley mentioned, and when he sent the email to me and his little package on you, that you've seen Avatar quite a lot.
Yeah. When I was younger, I used to watch this movie all the time. I remember when I went to Germany for school, I watched the movie 3 times in the airplane. Yeah, I used to say the lines with when the actors would play. Yeah, I haven't watched it in a long time though, but I should watch it soon.
Are you excited about the sequel to it coming out?
I'm excited, but I hope it's going to be good. I don't want it to ruin everything, But I'll stay hopeful.
Like ruin it the way George Lucas did with the Star Wars prequels.
Yeah, that's what I hope it doesn't happen for Avatar,
Well, thank goodness Star Wars got redeemed with Force Awakens and Rogue One, though. So.
Yeah, I love Rogue One. It's such a dark movie, though.
Loved it. I agree. Yeah. I thought it was, in my opinion, Rogue One was the best one since the original Star Wars. And I still remember seeing Star Wars: A New Hope at the drive-in. Like I saw those all at the drive-in. Do you get drive-ins in California?
I don't actually. I used to in Quebec.
Yeah, we don't have them here anymore. I think the closest one now is either Calais or Sussex or someplace like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
so I wouldn't know. So what's next for you? What's coming up?
What's next for me? Well, right now I'm applying for my other visa because right now I'm in between visas. My student visa just ended, so I'm in the process of asking for my artist visa, and it's all going very well. I'm just waiting for some articles to be published, and then we'll send my file to the government. So I'm very hopeful for that, though. So I'm not scared that I'm gonna have to leave the U.S. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, and also I have this commercial about this new fragrance coming out pretty soon. I don't have much information about that though, so I can't really tell you a lot. But I'm sure it's going to be pretty interesting to see what comes out of it.
Is there anybody in particular besides Machine Gun Kelly that you want to work with?
Who I want to work with? Oh, that's a good question. Well, I would have to say Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Are you familiar with his work?
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah.
He's just the best. I just watched Nightcrawler again for like the fifth time not long ago, and oh my God, this movie is like, he's just this very creepy dude. It's so amazing to see him do his thing,
Did you see him in Donnie Darko?
I don't think I have, actually.
Okay, I recommend you watch Donnie Darko. And his sister Maggie is in that as well. You want to see a twisted movie, and there's two different versions of it. There's a director's cut and the original. Unlike Blade Runner, both of the like Blade Runner, you got to watch the director's cut because the other cut's not very good. So Blade Runner's director's cut, but for Donnie Darko, you could watch either cut, and they're both similar, but they have differences. But Donnie Darko is one I would recommend you check out with Jake Gyllenhaal.
I'll watch it for sure.
Yeah,
just like he does so many movies, but every movie's so different, and I feel like every role he has is so different too, which is why I think he's amazing at what he does. He just has this big versatility about him.
Now I have to ask this question. Since
yeah.
you're an actor, I have to ask this question: is there any actresses you want to have a romantic leading role with?
Oh, you know what? I don't even think about that, which is weird because I would think that other people would, but I don't really care about that.
Are you kidding me? I'm like Howard Stern like that. It'd be one of the reason to go into film. I heard Howard Stern talk about his movie Private Parts, and he was talking about every day being on set. And actors would say, well, we just live in the moment. We really don't get turned on. And Howard was saying he gets turned on all the time. He did these scenes. I'm not an actor, so I can't relate, but...
Yeah. I just feel like at this point, every girl is pretty when they're in a movie. So I don't even think about that. I would have to, yeah. Now that you mention it, but that's a good question though. But there's so many pretty women that's working in the movie industry. So
yeah,
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my answer actually.
Yeah, you don't want to give it away. No. So aside from that, no. Well, of course, you got Battle of the Sexes coming out this year. I bet you're excited about that because that sounds like it's going to be a good commercial success.
Yeah, I hope to see me a lot in this movie, but I'm not hoping for anything, but I hope they get a good release of the movie and it all works out fine just for them,
You never know. It could be another Oscar nod for Emma Stone. It looks like she's playing something again very different.
Yeah, again, very different, That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yep. Wow. So between TV and movies, which do you prefer to do, or is there one you prefer?
Question.
Yeah, any of you prefer over the other?
For me, it's movies. It's always been movies. There's this intimacy about movies that you don't get on TV, and yeah, just movies. For me, they're more personal, and they're not glamorous. I don't want to say that, but the movies feel more special. Let's say that.
I heard you're supposed to go back to Quebec way or Montreal way here soon.
Well, I hope so. I haven't been home in more than a year, so
What do your
hopefully when I.
What do your folks think about what you're doing?
Oh, well, my mom actually is here in LA. She's visiting me,
Okay.
and she wasn't very down for the whole thing at the beginning because you know when her young son leaves for like in another country to do this weird job, it's kind of weird to accept. But now she's very happy for me, and she without her help, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I wouldn't even be in LA. So I'm very happy she's on my side for that. Yeah.
Well, you know
And
what, Yannick, I really wish you the best in the future. And if you do happen to strike that role that makes it to the big time, I ask that you
mhm.
don't forget people like myself
No,
who put you
of
on
course,
the. Yeah.
of course not. I'm not. No, I would never do that.
Yeah. I enjoyed talking to you on here. This is interesting for a guy like me in a small town here in New
Yeah.
Brunswick, Canada, because like you talk about being surreal. It's surreal for me too. Like if somebody
Oh.
told me 5 years ago I'd be interviewing all these really cool people, such as
Mhm.
yourself, I would have told them they were full of it. And here I am, and here you are.
Yeah, I'm just like you actually. I'm from a very small city, so
Yep.
this is this is just all new to me. So I relate to what you say.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're just about ready to wrap up. I gotta say, I hope you make things good with Machine Gun Kelly in that movie. I do. That's something I really hope for you, and I hope
Yeah.
Battle of the Sexes turns out to be a success. It looks like it's going to be. It has all the right ingredients.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, I hope you get that breakthrough role and get to work with Jake Gyllenhaal and all those
That's,
people and come back on here on the show again.
yeah, I'll call you if I get my role with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before I let you go, I was wondering if I could get you to do a plug for my show.
Mhm.
Yeah. Just state your name. And my name is Greg Gilbert. And my show is called Python's Paradise, Python like the snake. And of course, I'm from New Brunswick, Canada. Can you remember all that?
Yeah, Python. No, I'm just kidding. You're from New Brunswick. Your show is called. Oh my God, I'm so bad at this. I'm so sorry.
Python's Paradise.
I
And
have to write it down. Book memory.
yeah.
Can you repeat just one more time? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, my name is Greg Gilbert, Jerry G. Gilbert.
Okay.
And show's called Python's Paradise, Python like the snake.
There we go.
And the place is New Brunswick, Canada.
Of course, Canada. Of course.
Yeah, because I guess there's a New Brunswick in the States as well, so we don't want to confuse anybody.
Yeah. So, you want me to do something on Facebook or something?
If you want to, this is being recorded right now, so it's not going out yet. But
Yeah, yeah.
just say on the air, repeat what I just got you to write down.
Okay. Well, my name is Yannik Collin. I'm on the show of it's called Python's Paradise, hosted by Craig Gilbert. And let me do that again. Okay. There we go. My name is Yannik Collin. I'm on the show Python Paradise, hosted by Craig Gilbert in New Brunswick, Canada. Thank you so much for having me, though. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much,
Uh,
You know what, though? You get another big role with Emma Stone, you steer her my way.
I'll try my best. I promise.
Oh, I doubt I'll be that lucky, but you know what? I do hope, like I said, you get those big roles, you come
Yeah,
back on here. In
of course
fact, you
I
know
will.
what? You get any roles, feel free to contact me. I'm glad to have you back on.
It sounds good to me. Thank you so much for having me and just taking an hour of your time to talk to me.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah. Thank you.
God bless you.
You too.
Yep, bye.
Bye bye.